Hello, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the live session. I'm just going to give it a few moments, as I always do for anyone that's new here. I just check in, make sure that we're all live together before we get started. I do a little bit of an introduction and let you know what's going to be happening today. So for today, we have a stretch and strength class. So we're going to be combining the movements that both stretch and lengthen while adding in elements of strength. The strength is a bit of an intermediate challenge. So only take the challenge if it feels good for you and make the small adjustments that you need, or take the challenge and see where you can go with your movement today. So if you are close to your laptop, just pop me a comment so that I can see that we're all live together, and then I know that YouTube is working, because sometimes we have a bit of a lag and a bit of a delay. Fantastic. Great. I can see that we're all live together. And then for all the new members, we do have a Q&A session after the class. So you can just stay, chat, come say hi. And if you have any questions, whether it's from this class or any of the other classes, then you can come and chat, ask your questions, and I answer them live here with you today. All right. So let's get started. We're going to come to a 4-point kneeling position for a 30-minute workout. Starting with those hands underneath the shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to just start by pressing your hips all the way back. Maybe walk your hands away from you a little if you need more stretch. Relaxing through the neck and shoulders. We begin here with a few breaths just to settle into the space. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Maybe taking the head side to side just for a gentle release. One more breath. We're going to bring it to 4-point kneeling. Bringing hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and tuck the toes. We're going to open the chest, gaze forward, find that stretch. And then curl your spine from your hips to your head. Inhale as you stretch forward, and then exhale as you curl. Beginning to connect that breath with your movement. We don't need to move at the same pace, so move with your breath. On the next one, you're going to keep your cold spine. We're going to take it into a pike. You curl up that spine, then you're lifting up your knees and you press your hips up to the ceiling. Bring your knees down to the mat and then open the chest again. A little bit quicker. We're going curl and lift. Lower and open through the chest. So it's a cat-cow with a pike. Finding that stretch along the calves, the shoulders, the back. Let's go one more. Can you hold your pike position? Press into your pinky fingers. Press your body back. Pedal through the legs. Without force, you're just gently finding a stretch through the calves. Lengthen through your neck. Let's go 2 and 2. 1 and 1. Find neutral feet, heavy in the heels. Bend your knees, open your chest, and stretch. Lovely. Finding a straight spine. We're going to press into those toes a little bit more. We're going to hover the knees. Exhale as you float your knees away from the mat, and inhale to lower down. You want to imagine that you got a cup on your back. Finding that strength in your core to lift and float the knees. Starting to warm up here through the body. 2 and 1. Lift the hips up to a pike. Find a stretch. Walk your feet away from you a little bit. Hold it there. We're going to curl it forward into a plank position. And then up into pike. Stretch yourself forward from your head to your heels. And lift. You want to tuck the pelvis in. You want to lengthen through the entire back body. Let's go one more. bring it up, bend the knees, open the chest, and press your hips back. Well done. It's a nice little warm up there. We're going to roll it up to seated. You're going to flip around. So you're going to have your feet out in front of you, grab behind those knees, sitting up tall, open through the chest, and then you're going to reach your arms forward. Now we're going to curl it back. You're either going to go all the way down to the mat or pause halfway. We're going to curl it back, stretch through the arms, and then curling it back up. Nice big exhale as you curl back and forward. Inhale at the top and bottom. Finding that stretch here from the back body. And as you lengthen your arms overhead, you want to try keep that rib cage down. So we're getting that stretch through the arms. And then the strength in the core to keep the ribs down. Lovely. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Let's bring it all the way to the top. We're going to sit up nice and tall, hands behind your head. And let's take a rotation. We rotate towards me. You're holding there. Come back through center and over to the other side. So you want to find that rotation and pause, lifting up taller, and then coming back through center. Finding that stretch through the crown of your head. And the strength in the obliques to twist you around. If your hips are getting tight, just walk your feet away from you a little bit and point those toes to the ceiling. It's going to relieve a little bit of the tightness in the hips. Good, let's go one more time to each side. Little rotation and lift. Good, come back through center, reach those arms forward, and let's curl it all the way down to the mat. Slide your feet in and press down into your heels and hands. Let's take it into bridge. You're gonna roll those hips up and off the mat. Pause at the top of the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale, gently curling it back down. Feel that your head is in line with the center of your body. You're pressing down equally across your hands and your feet. Becoming aware of that knees. So you want to keep your knees in line with your shoulders as you roll up through your spine. Good. Let's go 3 more. Pressing into your hands, feel that stretch along your collarbones and your chest. And as you exhale, feel the strength of your core curling your hips up. Strength of your glutes lifting you. One more time. We're going to hold it at the top. Feel the strength of your glutes and hamstrings as you pull your heels in. So grip your heels into the mat, pull your heels to your glutes. Feel the strength in the glutes, stretching through the front of your hips. You're going to lift through one leg. Hold it there. Let's tap and lift that foot. Pressing into your hands for stability. Imagine squeezing your inner thighs together. Adding on stretch. When you lift your leg up to tabletop, extend your leg up to the ceiling. Bend and tap. We lift and stretch. Bend and tap. For 3. Lift up through that bottom glute. 2. Think of squeezing the inner thighs. Brilliant. Let's go. 1. Keep this leg straight. Lift the glute higher and gently curl it down with control. We're going to take this leg into a circle. We're going down and around and lift. 1 breath per circle or an exhale to lift the leg. Pressing into your hands for stability. And keeping your ribcage on the mat so that you're nice and strong here in the core as you stretch the leg. 1 more. Bring it up, reverse the circle, out, around, and lift. Now the size of your circle and your speed is going to be up to you. You just want to feel strong and stable in the core. Let's go 2 and 1. And bring that foot down. Lovely work. Let's take it over to the other side. We're going to curl it up. Find the strength in the glute, the stretch in the hip. Pull the shoulder blades down to the ground. Second leg, let's lift and tap. Finding that strength in your core. Stability across your hips. Can you press into your hands a little bit more? Feel that support. Right, let's add in that stretch. We bring it to tabletop. Stretch, bend, lower and lift. Good. Press down into your heel on the floor to lift and find that strength in your glute. For 3. Drop your rib cage, drop your shoulders. Good, let's go 1. And then we have those leg circles. Keep that leg straight, lift the glute higher, and then curl it down. Let's take it to that leg circle. We're going down, around, and lift. Now on this side, we want to focus on this bottom leg. Try not have it sway, right? So you're keeping that leg in line with your hip. You can always take your hand right next to your leg to keep it in. Let's go 2. Good. 1. Bring it in, reverse. Rib cages down. Pressing into your hands for support. Let's go 2. And we have 1 more. And bring that foot down. Lovely work. Grab your knees, hug them into your chest. Find a lower back stretch. We're going to bring those legs into a tabletop position. Grab your hands around your shins and curl your chest up. Lift up into the shoulder blades. Extend the legs and arms away from each other. And then bring it in. Arms circle around. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull it in. So now we're looking for that strong lift through the back of the body as we stretch through the arms and legs. Starting to see that pattern of stretch and strength. Lift up a little higher for 1 more. Then bring it in, both hands to one leg, stretch the opposite leg away. Switch those legs. This goes a little bit quicker. Little exhale, stretch. And then a quick inhale. Steady across the hips. 4, 3. Good. 2. And 1. Grab your hands around your shins. Hug them in tighter. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock it forward. Find the tips of your hips. And then rock it back and up. Inhale back and exhale. Rock it up. Your gaze is down to the mat. You're staying off the head. Just to the shoulder blades and back up. Feel that stretch through the back. For 2. For 1, bring it up to seat's head. Open the knees, stretch those arms out. Let's take it to spine stretch. We're going to tuck the chin to chest. And we're going to stretch it forward. Regather the breath. Curl it up. Deep breath in. Exhale, we go forward. So this one's finding a nice stretch here in the inner thighs and hips. Usually we do it with legs straight for hamstrings, but today we're going to get into this hip region here. You'll also feel that nice external rotation through the knees, the hips. Good, let's go 2 more. Feel the strength of your core, mid back, upper back. 1 more. Hand up. We're going to take those hands behind you, pressing down into the feet. We're going to just shift the back a little bit if you need. You're going to straighten through one leg. I want you to point through this toe. So you're getting a bit of strength here through the back of this hamstring and the support of this opposite foot. You're going to lift your hips up, start to get higher and higher into the stretch of your chest, and then gently lowering it down with control. Nice big inhale breath on the way up. And an exhale as you release. As you come up into the rise, you're aiming to get your big toe down to the ground. And then follow through all the way along your body to the crown of your head. Starting to feel that stretch in the front of the body. Let's bring it over to the other side, switch the legs. So we bring that opposite foot in, we're gripping the heel down. Whew, little cramp, continue. Lifting and lowering. Now become aware of your hands. You want to feel the balance across both of your hands. Stretch through the chest. See if you can take your gaze up to the ceiling on the way up and then forward as you lower down. Good. Let's go 2 more. Feeling that stretch from your heel to your head. 1 more. And all the way down. Good. Straightening through both of your legs. Dive it forward, grabbing onto your toes. Soften and bend your knees if you need. Find a stretch. And rolling it all the way up to seated. Right, we're going to come into a Z-sits position. We're going to go through into that T-arm mermaid. We're going to go up and over, hold, press down into this hand, and then twist it around. Open up and tip over. Good. So we're going to take it from side to side at your own pace. Now this position, you're thinking of lengthening from head to hips and from your hand all the way around. Let's go 2 more. This one's prepping us. We've got some strength work coming next, so just enjoy the stretch. Last one. Good, let's take it over to the other side. Switch around those legs. Back into the Z-sits position, finding a balance across those hips. Stretch through the arms. We take it up and over. And then find that strength in the core to twist you. Open and over. The more strength you find in activating your core, you're going to feel that stretch through your back. So it's not just a twist around. There's this intentional activation of your core, which allows the muscles of the back to release and stretch. And the more you lengthen through your neck, the more release you'll find in your shoulders. Let's go 2. And 1 more. Excellent. We're going to bring it to 4-point kneeling position. So you're going to flip yourself around. You're going to come to that 4-point kneeling. You're going to take your one leg, you're going to stretch it back, press down into the hands and you're going to start to rock forward and back, stretching through that calf. Beginning to feel that awareness of pressing your hands into the ground, lifting your chest away from the mat. That's going to be really important for the next moves, because the more you can lift here, the more comfortable you're going to feel in your back and shoulders. We're going to go one more, press it back. Feel that support in your front shin. And you're going to take your opposite hand behind your head. Hold it there. You're going to twist and bring your elbow down. We're going to lift this leg away from the ground. We're going to lower the foot and then lift the elbow off the ground. We're going to twist. Find that support to lift your leg and then lower the leg to lift your body. We want to feel that we're lengthening from the head to the heel, so we're not collapsing in this shoulder. So we're not a collapse, you're lifting. You're finding that length. Let's go to. And one more, we're going to stay down here. You're going to lift up through that core. You're going to lift through that leg. We're going to take tiny circles. We have that strength of the upper body stretching through that lower body. 3, 2, 1. Reverse this circle. You're welcome to take this hand down if you're needing more support in this position. Find that strength in the glute. Good. Last 2. And 1. And bring that leg down and that foot down. So now we're staying open to the side and we're rotating open through that chest. We're going to lift this leg up, bend the knee in, stretch to me, bend and extend. Good. So now we're going forward and then extend. Can you feel that strength in your chest and core as you extend your leg towards me? Lengthening through your neck and head. This one's a little bit of a challenge. Let's go 2. Good. And 1. Bring that leg back behind you down to the ground. Rotate down your chest down to the mat. And we're coming down to both of the forearms. Point both of your hips down to the ground and tuck into your front toes. Righties, last one here. We're lifting up that front knee. Lowering it down. Little hover. And down. Supporting yourself with that back foot. Good. Pressing elbows into the ground. Feel the stretch along the chest and back. Last 2. And 1. Hold the hover. Step your foot in and out. Lengthening through your neck. Last 3. And 2. Good. How are we feeling? 1 more. Bring that foot in, lower your knees and press your hips back into a rest position. Well done. Lovely work. Let's curl it up and take it over to the other side. So we're going to flip it around. We're going to go hands down to the mat, extending through your front leg. Let's rock it forward and back. Finding that little bit of a stretch there in the back of your leg. Starting to set yourself up by pressing into your hands. Let's go 2. And 1. Hold it there. You're going to take your hand behind your head. You're going to rotate it down to the ground. You're going to lift that leg up, lower, and then lift the elbow. Feel that stretch along the entire back body. Pressing your head into your hand, supporting through your neck and shoulders. We've got 2 more. Good. And last one. Bring it down, holding it there. Stretch through that leg. Tiny circles. Reminder, you can always take your hand down to the ground if you want more support. Lifting up through the core. Let's go 4, 3, woo, 2, little wobble, 1, reverse. Can you find more length through that leg? Last 3, and 2, and 1, and bring it down. We're going palm down to the ground now. Press your body back a little bit more. Let's lift that leg up, bend it in, extend the leg, bend, reach back. Each time you stretch the leg back, it gives you a moment just to stretch through your head as well. And as you stretch your leg forward, you're trying to engage that core a little bit more. Starting to feel the strength in that glutes, top and bottom. Last 2. And 1. Stretch the leg back, lower the leg down, and rotate your chest and hips down. Let's go down to both of the forearms, stacking elbows underneath your hips, tucking into your front toe. Let's hover this knee, tap and lift. Now it's important, we want to press into all 10 toes. So we're pushing into the foot at the back as well. And then lifting up that core to float your knee. 3. And 2, lift your gaze towards your hands. And 1, hold it there. Step your back foot in. Tap, extend. We're going in and out. Strong in the core. Lengthen from your head to your heel. Last 2. And 1. Bring the leg in, lower the knees, and brace yourself back to a child's pose. This time you can take your knees a little bit wider, find a release through the stretch there. Deep breath in and out. Let's bring it into 4-point kneeling. Let's bring knees under hips, stretching through that right leg. Opposite arm, let's stretch and lengthen. Lower and lift. Bring the heart rate down now. Stretching from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Let's go 2. And 1. Bring it in, taking it over to the other side. Stretching the arm and leg away. Lift and lower. Feel the balance across both sides of your body. 3. Last 2. And 1. Good. Bring it all the way in. We're going to open up through the chest. We're going to take our cat and pike position again like the start of class. Curl up through the spine. Lift up through the hips. Stretch it back. Bring it forward. Open the chest. So here's a great opportunity, checking in from the start of class, noticing how this movement feels now for you. Maybe you notice that you feel stronger. You feel like you can stretch a little bit further. Let's go 2 more. And 1. We're going to bring it forward into 4-point to take a twist. So open your knees, bring your heels together, reach up to the ceiling, thread under, reach across. Stretching your hips back. Let's go 2. And 1 more. Over to the other side, we stretch it up, gaze up. 2 more, bringing that heart rate down. And 1. Pressing your hips all the way back. Final 2 breaths here just to rest and release. And rolling it all the way up. Amazing work. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me for today's stretch and strength class. Hopefully you felt that connection of stretching through the body whilst keeping that lift, keeping that strength. You feel stronger in your arms and your glutes. If this is all for you today, thank you so much for joining me. We do this weekly on a Monday, so if you're brand new, come back next week, Monday, this happens again. There's also, it's pre-scheduled in, so you can just click the notification bell. You'll be notified as soon as we go live. And if you'd like to add on, there are other classes on the channel. But for everyone else, if you're staying, let's have a chat. Let's check in, see how things are feeling for you. And if you have any questions, please come and ask them so then I can help you feel stronger in your Pilates. All right, let's have a check-in. How are we feeling today? I know for myself, I don't know if it's the end of the month, my head is feeling a little bit foggy, but it was good to move with you all. I'm feeling a little bit more awake. So let's see, how are we feeling today? 6 of you today here. I see Charlene said hi. For everyone else, please come and say hi. Let me know where you're joining from. I enjoy chatting, connecting with you, and seeing where you all are joining from. How are you feeling today? Thanks, I needed that after a long day of driving. Oh, phenomenal. I'm so happy to hear that this is exactly what you needed. I can imagine from driving all day, you're feeling a little bit scrunched up, a little bit tight. So all of these movements would have been great for opening you up. You're probably feeling a lot stronger in the back as well, feeling more open in the chest. So that's perfect after a long day of sitting. I'm really glad to hear that that is exactly what you needed. I can relate. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, John. It's so good to have you here today. How's things feeling in the UK? It's a little bit cold and wintry. How did the twisting go for you today? Curious to know how your back is also feeling after some of those movements. Who else is here? Let's have a check-in. Great class, Chelsea. Oh, felt good. Really enjoyed it. Good stretch after my morning run. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am so happy to hear that as well, that this felt really good for you, especially after your run, a nice stretch and strength class. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, especially those calf stretches after your run. I could imagine those felt really, really good. So I'm glad. Thank you so much for your comment and your message. Let me know if you have any questions. Charlene, I've been having some tailbone pain, probably from driving. Apparently, I need strengthening of the glutes and core. Yes. So that tailbone area, we can find that it gets a little bit tight in that area from clenching through the glutes during the day. When we're feeling quite anxious, when we're feeling a bit stressed, we tend to clench the glutes. And then also if you're sitting a lot during the day, we can start to fall into the lower back and we get tight there. And so in order to get out of that lower back pain, we start to clench our glutes to lift us up. So what I'd encourage you to do is maybe get a little ball. I actually have a ball here. One moment. Grab one of these, get a ball, roll out in that lower back region and in that tailbone region, glutes, and then some of those movements that we did today, which is strengthening through the glutes, lifting through the legs, getting those glutes stronger, especially bridging will be great for that. But if you do your bridging, it's important that you don't squeeze the bum. You don't want to tighten in the tailbone. You want to focus on clenching, or not clenching, don't clench. You want to focus on activating through the crease of your glute. So we're going to get those glutes stronger without squeezing them. which is going to really help with the tailbone pain. So give that a try and let me know if that helps you. If you do have any other questions on that I can specifically help you with, you can just pop me a message and I will help you get a release and a relief in that area. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know. So to sum that up, we want to release the glutes and the lower back first, and then we want to work at activating through the crease of the glutes and strengthening the glutes from below instead of clenching and squeezing at the top. Thanks for that. Amazing. So yeah, give that a try. Come back next week and let me know if that did help you. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. If you do have any questions, please pop it here while I do the outro. You can also, if you're watching the replay, you can ask it in the comment section and I will answer you in the comments. And if there's anything that needs a video, then I'll create a video for you as well. And for anyone that is looking for more support and accountability, then I would like to let you know that I do have one-on-one classes as well. I don't usually talk about this, but I have been told that I need to share more about this. So if you're watching the replay and you're wanting more support and accountability and need more information than these Q&A sessions, then I do have private classes. The link is below. So come and check that out, chat to me, and I can help you personally. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. I will see you all next week. Bye.